Bernard King, Latrell Sprewell, bro. His relationship is totally different with Bernard King and James Dolan.
He was an all-star. I'm just saying, my point is that James Dolan, he feeling some type of way, man, and he's hurt. He out here hurt because he know he messed up. So he's calling people he hadn't talked to in over a decade, asking them to come sit courtside. He know he messed up, man.
Yeah, so to end it, man, we just gonna leave it at it was similar to, you know what I'm saying, the slave masters mentality.
Right. I think Draymond was just, having regular, podcast talking, and just that was the first thing that came to his mind what he just thought of, and he probably didn't think a lot of people was gonna listen to that. They probably was like, yeah, this is my first podcast or something like that. So.
Can y'all see in the year 20? What's the
year
2030, Draymond getting kicked out of the Warriors?
Hey, we just talked about it. I said it could possibly happen, but who knows?
They talking about slave masters mentality. Charles Oakley would never be a slave. That's the bottom line, really. Right. Charles Oakley not gonna be a slave, so you can't call James Dolan having a slave master's mentality when it comes to Charles Oakley, who don't take no type of mess at all. So that's not gonna happen. But since we on the subject of race, we had an incident about a week and a half ago where Waka Flocka got into it with DJ. I think it's DJ Romanek.
Mm-hmm. St. Louis DJ.
And it started when I guess Waka Flocka got thrown like a Trump shirt or a Trump jersey, and he ended up wiping his bottom with it or whatever. And
he wiped his ass with a Trump shirt.
And DJ Romanek, he basically went on a rant saying that, Waka Flocka was a disgrace for doing that. Used all type of N-words to describe Waka Flocka. It was filled highly with racial quotes and terms. So I just want to know, what y'all guys think about that. We can start with Cody. What you think about DJ Romanek going on a rant on Waka?
I honestly believe that racists should not get much time dedicated to them. He was very, of course he was upset. He believed that it was an obstruction of freedom of speech. And I listened to the comments on the radio, what DJ Romanek said, and Paul, he was just like, he just really believed that if Waka Flocka was to try this type of actions, or, I think he said if he ripped the Trump shirt off of my back, we would see what would happen.
Right.
And, it's really fueled between, the racial tension that is apparent between with our society right here in America. And it's just sad that him being a professional radio host, he let that side of him take the best, especially for him to come out and say such things over the air at that. It's just, it's just sad that it shows that sometimes these type of people believe that are in places of power and have a voice, and it shouldn't be that way.
I concur 100%.
But I agree with everything you just said, man. What I feel is and I know black people might not want to hear this, but I remember when Obama won, black people took it personally, and we took it as if we won. It was a win for black people. In turn, I think now in some white people's eyes, they take the Trump presidency as a win for their people. And I think that at this time,
we all the same people, man.
No,
everybody
man.
the same.
No,
bro.
okay, but you still got. I think you still got some people who view the world from a lens of race and being divided. So you got some people who view Trump winning as a win for their people, and I feel like he's one of those people. And I also feel like, and the reason I said black people took it personally, because everybody knows that one friend or whoever it was like, oh, Obama won, I wish somebody would say something to me. Right. And it's just, I think that it's a little bit of that going on here. But what made it so bad for me is he took it so personal. He alluded and said, I wish he would try to rip my shirt off my back. I'd kill that nigga. Now, honestly, if somebody tries to rip a shirt off your back, you got every right to go at him. But that wasn't the case in this situation.
Right.
Somebody brought a Trump T-shirt to Waka Flocka's concert. He asked him, he said, man, throw that T-shirt on stage. The guy threw it on stage willingly. And when he threw it on stage, he wiped his ass with it. That was his right. to wipe his ass with that T-shirt that was thrown at him. Now, he took it personal. He saw that and said, oh, he defacing the shirt. I wish he would try to rip it off me. Waka Flocka didn't try to rip anything off anybody. Like, he just got that hurt him. When he saw that, he felt some type of way about it to the point that he was hurt over it.
Then I seen other comments where he's saying he's not going to stop calling them the N-word until he makes his music less violent. Like, Waka, like what violence is in Waka Flocka?
I mean, I could
to that point where you got to call him the N, like
Waka
something
Flocka
like
don't
you
even
know,
make violent music no more. He's in the club.
Right, that's what I said. It's not even like how you use it as a. It's not made to be like a friendly word, but as black people, we do use the word nigga as
terms of endearment.
Yeah, as a friend. But he's saying it as being like a race, a dirty, a dog, a slave, something like that. So I don't respect him at all.
But how would y'all feel if somebody wiped their ass with an Obama shirt?
I wouldn't care.
I would think it's messed
People
up.
burnt LeBron James jerseys, did all kind of
Real
stuff.
talk. Now, of course, I wouldn't like it. Of course, right. Whether you burning a LeBron James jersey, whether you burning a jersey or you wiping your ass with a shirt, you got the right to do so as long as you're not causing harm in anybody's way. But for that man to see those actions and then get to talking about he's a nigger and he wish he would try to rip something off his back and all of that, he took it personal.
This is all over the airways, so everybody is hearing this.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like they need to make some modifications to the Constitution, like for like freedom of speech and
so we need restrictions.
I mean, you can't. I don't feel like you should be able to on air, like Cody said, disgrace a race, period.
I mean, those are what they got guidelines for, you know, that you should be punished accordingly for that.
For real, like.
Then what about South Park?
I mean, I don't feel like
that's comedy.
I don't feel like
that, but that's what I'm saying. When you censor one thing, then that puts that leaves the door open for other things.
Point blank period. I don't feel like nobody should be able to get on any type of stage, platform, or whatever and disgrace a race, whether it be black, white, Mexican, Asian, Chinese. That don't need to happen because there's no limitations. Then you get stuff like this, you really can't even do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then
you make it a hate crime.
Exactly. Then the next person do it. Then what's gonna happen? Now we just going back and forth. Everybody talking about each other's race. That's stupid. If you want to make the world a better place and America a better place, they need to do something about that for sure. But I want to touch on what you said, Mike, about him saying he's not gonna stop saying the N-word. How do y'all feel about? I'm not even gonna use that. How do y'all feel about the fact that a lot of African Americans use the N-word, but get mad when Caucasians use the N-word or any other race?
I really don't get mad if a Caucasian person was to use the N-word, but if they send it on some violent or some disrespectful type stuff, then that's just what that's where it's gonna go. That's where it's gonna go. But you know, if we just chilling and they mess around and say it, or if they rapping a song or something like that, I'm not gonna get upset because we say it 1,000 times a day.
Right.
So I mean, I don't have a real problem with it.
I know from some of my time in the Navy, I run across a lot of non-melanated people using such words.
Say that one more time.
A lot of non-melanated people.
Non-melanated. Damn.
And quite honestly, like Mike said, it all comes down to like connotation and what context they're actually using it in. If you can sense disrespect,
right,
or hostility in words, or when someone's just talking to you. Now, yes, it's cultural sometimes, but a lot of times, with rap music and things like that, when people repeat it, it gets that way. But it comes down to people understanding each other and being able to understand where things will go when how you say things,
right,
and how to kind of communicate it.
Right.
I kind of chalk it all up. I chalk it up to black people being so influential within today's society, just period in history. Black people have always been influential. The way we carry ourselves, whether it's the way we dress, the way we wear our hair, people imitate it. Not even white people, just people, period, man. There's pictures of Kristaps Porzingis when he was 13 years old with cornrows.
And he liked the comment.
Because he liked cornrows because he liked mellow.
And he liked that comment stating that N-word is trash.
Hey. First of all, side note, that should have been a topic on here by itself. Somebody on Instagram made a post and said, joke him, it said, joke him no or fuck him or something, that nigga is trash.
Yeah, that's what it said.
It said, joke him no or that nigga is trash. Kristaps Porzingis liked the comment. Now that is funny. That is funny as hell. But back to my point, man, whether it's white people, any ethnicity, any group of people, if you want to categorize people by their ethnicity, they all admire black people. Whether it's the way we wear our clothes, wear our hair, walk, talk, entertainment realm, anything like that. So saying nigga is a part of that. You know, and they see us use it as a term of endearment. And y'all gotta admit, I mean, just me personally, I hope this doesn't offend anybody, but it sounds cool. It just sounds cool. You know? Honestly, man, what sounds cooler than saying, what up, my nigga? What up, my nigga? Hello? Hey, buddy. No, what up, my nigga sounds way better than all of that.
So got a nice ring to it. Yeah. That's probably because we've been using it for so long.
That's
bro.
crazy.
That's what I'm trying to stop using.
Right, it's crazy you got a term as just.
But I'm happy we flipped the term though, because you think about it, bro. They got us from our ancestors from another country, and they called us that and used it as a term of disrespect, like the lowest form of disrespect. And I feel like we done came up so far, we done flipped the word. So now we calling each other like, you know what I'm saying?
Brother.
Like, right, like it's like we brothers, you know what I'm saying?
That's what
Not to say that's what it means at all.
You
know
like
what
you
I'm
say,
saying?
you ghetto. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in the slums. Like it's
right.
something
So
that,
like we done flipped something that they done called our ancestors as like the most degrading term. We done flipped it, and like it's almost like somebody you love. You know what I'm saying? A lot. You feel me? So that's my take on the N word. You know what I'm saying? But I am trying to stop using it. But since we talking about N words, you know what I'm saying? We got my man's OJ Simpson right here.
Free OJ.
OJ is my nigga. That's my nigga. OJ Simpson. That's my nigga. Man.
But he's supposed to be coming up on parole, and y'all know his max was like 33 years when he just got caught up for his last crime.
How old was he when he went to jail?
He's almost 70.
He's almost
OJ in his 60s. He's not gonna live 33 more years.
No,
man.
that's not his. I mean, that was his max, but you know,
that's some
he
bullshit.
Only been in jail for 3 years. How long he been in jail?
8.
8 years. Yeah, he been in jail 8 years. So now he about to, you know what I'm saying, be eligible for parole. Do y'all think he should receive parole?
Yes, I was reading an article where it said it's sort of like a point system, like with your driver's license. If you is between -1 and +2, it go up to 5 points. You know what I'm saying? So that's high risk. So over the past 3 years, OJ Simpson has scored 3 points, making him low risk.
Hey, y'all have to.
So
just
look,
by you saying,
but he's eligible for parole.
Right.
So I mean, he's eligible, man. He can get out. He hasn't caused no harm. That's if you go up in front of the judge. I feel like you served you do the crime, you do the time.
So yeah, but you know what OJ is famous for. They're trying. There's no doubt they're trying to get him to make up for lost time.
Yeah,
it's believed because the people who sentenced him don't believe that he was probably sentenced the first time.
Right.
In the famous court case that he had. I read the same article you saw with the Nevada point system on how it determines like an inmate a risk assessment.
Right.
They talk about he's been to college and he's only has one felony or he's only have one misdemeanor in his career. He's less likely to go out and commit more crimes. But I don't know, man. Honestly, I do believe in doing the time. If you do the crime, you should do the time. Yes, but is 33 years too much?
Yeah. But it's crime.
How many years will it take for you to learn your lesson?
Some people never learn their lesson.
Do you think he's almost he almost 70 at this point? And he just he tried to go steal his stuff back.
Bro, so
that sounds bizarre though.
What?
So look,
he went in there with a gun.
Listen. So the documentary just came on, right? It just came on. We watched it before, but we didn't finish it or whatever. Mm-hmm. It came on again. I watched it. Now, what happened was his mans told him that this dude coming to the hotel, bro, he got a bunch of OJ Simpson stuff. So my man's like, yeah, I know somebody that want to buy it. So he set up the meet, but my mans don't know he meeting with OJ, right? So OJ got a couple of his homies like, they think they could steal because this stuff came from basically like a OJ Simpson storage unit or something, and it just traveled through a couple hands, got to this guy. Yeah. So he's like, they think they can steal my stuff. I want to show them a lesson. So basically OJ went just being goofy, just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Trying to take his stuff back, but he didn't know that technically that's armed robbery, especially when you say stuff like nobody's leaving his room.
Ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
So he done went to jail basically from robbing people he know for having like a third of they didn't even have all his stuff, bro. He had Joe Montana paraphernalia. I can't think of the baseball player, other paraphernalia, bro. It wasn't just O.J. Simpson paraphernalia, and that's how he ended up going to jail this time.
I think O.J. should be. What was y'all original question? Should he be released on parole?
Yeah.
Or I think that O.J. should be released on one condition, and that one condition is he needs to be tested for CTE. I believe that if in fact he tests positive for CTE, the disease that everyone knows is common and associated with football players in the NFL, then I believe that he should be released.
But is that an excuse?
That is